कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमो महावदनाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्नि गौरात्वेषे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितां येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, doing Bhakti Shastri with VIHE. You are all welcome for continuity of our Nectar of Devotion study. We are in chapter 17, third wave of eastern side of the ocean of Nectar of Devotion. And this is called Bhav Bhakti, which has another name called Rati. So Bhav and Rati are same thing. And Bhav is a first ray of prem, like the dawn before the sun rises. So this Bhav Bhakti is in everybody's heart, already put by Krishna. It needs simply to be awakened. And there are two ways to understand this. By practice of sadhan bhakti, devotional service and practice, for that seed is given by a spiritual master by the mercy of Krishna. Guru Krishna Kripa Pai Bhakti Lata Bij, that seed is a sadhan bhakti seed. That seed is a sadhan bhakti seed. Rules and regulation of devotional service given by a spiritual master. The seed of the Bhav Bhakti is already there in everybody's heart. Now, for the seed to fructify, there is a need of the sunlight and say heat or water, whatever. That yesterday we discussed, these are the two aspects of the internal or Swarup Shakti of Sri Krishna, internal energy of Sri Krishna, Samvit and Aladini. And that these two aspects of internal energy, when they enter in the heart of a fortunate practitioner, by the mercy of some pure devotee, number one, or by the mercy of Sri Krishna himself, which is very rare, then only the Bhav Bhakti or devotional service in ecstasy manifest. So what I have just discussed, is it clear to you?
Yes, Guru.
So it means we have two seeds. One is a seed of Bhakti Lata, that is Sadhan Bhakti, which is given by a spiritual master. And there is a seed of Bhav Bhakti, which is given by Krishna, which is eternal with us, within our heart. So Sadhan Bhakti has to awaken the Bhav Bhakti. But for that awakening, we need two energies. We have two aspects of the internal energy as Swarup Shakti, the Samvit and Hladini. Because that is the primary characteristic of Bhav Bhakti, Vishuddha Sattva Vishesh Atma. Vishuddha Sattva Vishesh Atma. Vishuddha Sattva means Samvit Shakti and Vishesh is Hladini Shakti. And these two only come from the heart of a pure devotee by his mercy. So this is the very prominent characteristic of Bhav Bhakti. Without this, Bhav Bhakti will not manifest. Secondary characteristic of Bhav Bhakti is Ruchi Bhi, means taste, to serve Krishna, to meet Krishna, to be intimate with Krishna. These are the different tastes, Ruchi Bhi. And Chitta Mashranya. Mashra means softening of the heart with different emotions. Is it clear? Now, if you go to the last line of chapter 17. Can you see the last line of chapter 17? This ecstatic love of Krishna, Bhav Bhakti, can be divided into 5 divisions, which will be described by Srila Rupa Goswami later on. So what are the 5 divisions of Bhav Bhakti? You all know. Please somebody say what are the 5 divisions of Bhav Bhakti? Yes? Somebody can speak? Five divisions of Bhav Bhakti. What are the 5 divisions of Bhav Bhakti? शांत भाव, दास्य भाव, सखा भाव, वात्सल्य भाव and madhurya भाव. Neutrality, servitorship, friendship, fraternity and conjugal love. These are the 5 divisions of the Bhav Bhakti. That is called Sthai Bhav. Sthai Bhav. Now for this Sthai Bhav to produce ras, ras means mellow. Because we have discussed the definition of rasa, which means mellow, which is because of some relations. and which gives some pleasure, and then we repeatedly do that. So bhakti rasa is produced only when we have sthai bhav, one of the five. When somebody has one of the five sthai bhav, then four other things need to be added to it to produce rasa. So you write down in the middle, make a circle in the middle, write down sthai bhav, which may be one of the five. Then you need four more stimulants. Then you will find the rasa which manifest in the devotee's mind. So this is not a subject matter of this section of Nectar of Devotion, but I am just giving you information that is sthai bhav. Then we need vibhav. One is vibhav, which means stimulation. The next second is anubhava. Third is satvik bhav, that we have discussed yesterday. Satvik bhav. There are 8 types of ashta satvik bhav, like tears, hair standing on the ends, trembling, perspiration, and so on. They are called involuntary satvik bhav. And the fourth is sanchari bhav or vibhichari bhav. They are transient, they come and go. But when these four acting on sthai bhav, then actually the ras is produced.
What is the fourth one called, Prabhuji? Sanchari or?
Vibhichari or sanchari.
Vibhichari. Okay, thank you.
So altogether are 5.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, can you please explain again Sthai Bhav? Is it the servitude, attitude of servitude?
Sthai bhav is any one of the 5. It may be neutrality, it may be servitude, it may be friendship, it may anybody, whatever bhav he have, he needs 4 other bhav to stimulate it, that it ras will be produced.
Okay. And the second part is, whenever you say it's first sattvic bhav, it's first sattvic vikar or first sattvic bhav?
Yeah, not vikar. This is ashtavat sattvic bhav. This is a bhav. Vikar means there are changes in the body, but they are ecstasies. These are the 8 type of ecstasies which are involuntary. Anubhav is voluntary, while sattvic bhav is involuntary. And sanchari bhav are emotions, and vibhav is a stimulant. In English the word is stimulant, vibhav. Voluntary reaction is anubhav. Involuntary reaction is sattvic bhav, and emotions is sanchari bhav or vibhichari bhav.
What is the first one, Prabhuji, again? In English?
Stimulant is vibhav.
Stimulant. And the last one, Prabhuji?
Emotion.
Emotion. Thank you. But in Sattvic there are 8 types, so that is different.
They are same one. Sattvic bhav is 8 type of bhav, which yesterday we read. Symptom of pure love of personality guarded at that stage, one sometime found shedding tears and shivering. This is sattvic bhav. In our book we read yesterday.
Yes.
And then Ambrish Maharaj, so he was also, tears were falling from his eyes, some changes in his body. These symptoms are the activities of the ecstasy. These are ashta sattvic bhav. They are visible in shivering of the body and the shedding of the tears. But then full list is not here. It is in the southern side of the Nectar of Devotion after chapter 20. The first 5 chapters is Vibhav, and then Anubhav, then Satvik Bhav, then Sanchari Bhav, and then Sthai Bhav. This is the subject matter of the southern side of the ocean. Then yesterday we read that this bhav, all these emotions, they will stay in mind and they will continue. The ecstasy, that's called samadhi, Prabhupada writes. So the person is in a high ecstasy after experiencing this. Now we are going to the next topic. Yesterday we left it here. Two ways to attain bhav. Elevation to this stage of ecstasy can be possible in 2 ways. Can you find this? Mic, please, disturbance. Brajendra Nandan.
Neil Gopal Das Prabhu.
So I this disturbance, sound disturbance.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Your 2 ways to attain bhav. This is our next. Yesterday where we left, everybody opened the book, first paragraph. The 2 ways to attain bhav. Number 1. This is most important. By absorption in sadhan.
Where is it in the book, Prabhuji?
Page number 132. Elevation to this stage of ecstasy can be possible in 2 ways. Chapter 17. Next page.
Yes. Thank you.
One is by constant association with pure devotee, which means actually by absorption in sadhan at nishtha in the association of devotee. By absorption in sadhan means practice. At least after unearth nivritti at the level of nishtha in association of the devotee, which is from our book. By constant association with pure devotees. And the other way is on the other side of the chart, by the mercy of Krishna or his devotees. Very rare. It means he has not to do sadhan. Without sadhan, he can develop. And then the rest of the paragraph is only discussing special mercy is very rare, and the example given is honorary degree. Without going to the university, some people are given honorary degree, doctorate. So similarly, sometime without practicing devotional service, Krishna or his pure devotee can bestow mercy. They are like a kirpa siddha. By the mercy they become perfect and bhav bhakti arise, manifest. This will come in the next page. This is where, if you go to the next page 33, last paragraph, sometime it is however found without undergoing devotional process. This is from here, this is the mercy, by mercy. From here by mercy starts. Is okay? You found it?
No, Prabhu.
Yes.
Page 33, last paragraph. Sometime, however, it is found that without undergoing. You found it?
Yes.
So
Yes,
from
Prabhuji.
here is the second type that we will discuss afterward. First we are discussing first type, which is the normal for everybody. Say 99% people has to get bhav bhakti by practicing sadhan they have to cross Anarth Nivarti, come to the Nishtha in the association of devotee. Then they will take two paths. One path is by Vaidhi sadhan. An example in our book, the next paragraph says, example of a regulative principle and giving rise to bhav is Narad. Can you see this Narad? In our book, second paragraph. So Narad developed bhav bhakti by Vaidhi bhav. And then Srila Prabhupada has given the whole small brief history of Narad association with the Mahabhagavatas, Bhakti Vedant, serving them, hearing from them, and then he was developing ecstasy. So, and another example is 3:25:25 Satam Prasangam Mamavir Yasam Vido. This is the, by in association with devotees, powerful hearing of my bhakti will give rise to the bhav bhakti. So these are the two proofs that bhav bhakti by Vaidhi sadhan manifest. So then you see only the one line before the sometime paragraph. There is a 3-line paragraph in Padma Puran. Can you find it in Padma Puran?
Yes, Prabhu.
That is Rag Anuga Sadhan Bhakti, and Bhav arising is Padma Puran. That is the example that one Chandra Kanta by name, young girl, she was dancing in a Radha Krishna temple whole night and she developed Bhav Bhakti. So this is one 3 lines is an example of the Raganuga Bhakti. The rest whole purport from the, say, by mercy of the Krishna, which is very rare, is the first paragraph in which some scholars are given honorary degree. This is the first paragraph. Second paragraph is Sadhan Bhakti, Vaidhi Sadhan Bhakti giving rise to Vaidhi Bhav Bhakti, Vaidhi Bhav. And this Vaidhi Bhav, the example is Narad. You can read the whole story of Narad, given here by Srila Prabhupada in his chart. What is actually most important? Narad himself says, first I passed my days in association of great sages during the rainy autumn. Every morning and evening I heard them singing and chanting Hare Krishna, Mahamantra, and gradually become purified. As soon as heard them with great attention, the influence of modes of material nature of passion disappeared, ignorance, and I become firmly fixed in devotional service to the Lord. These are the practical examples of how one can develop a stage of ecstatic love. By see that what is important? Number 1, by association with pure devotees. It is essential, therefore, that one should, this is the advice, therefore one should associate with pure devotees who are engaged morning and evening in chanting Hare Krishna mantra. In this way, they can get chance to purify. Purify means coming to the stage of Nishtha from the Anarth Nivarti and develop ecstatic love. Now, this step is also confirmed. This is the next proof for the Vaidhi sadhan giving rise to Bhav Bhakti. The another proof is this verse. Now, I would like to show you these verses. Before, let us see these verses and then come back to the second way to attain Bhav. So the way in which Bhav Bhakti appears, this is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Bhav appears in a very fortunate person in 2 ways. By absorption in sadhan or by mercy of Krishna or his devotee. Its appearance by sadhan is normal, but its appearance by mercy is rare. This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, by Srila Rupa Goswami, and that Srila Prabhupada has paraphrased in first paragraph of page number 132. Bhav arising in the devotees of this world is discussed. Person become very fortunate, ati dhanyanam, by prior association with great devotees. Because how they become fortunate? By association with devotees. That is most important. That's what Prabhupada is focusing on, association of the devotee. When the material life of wandering soul has ceased, O Achyuta, he may attend the association of your devotees. And when he associates with them, there awakens in him devotion unto you, who are the goal of devotee, and the Lord of all causes and their effects. So, when will some get association of devotee? When his material wandering ceases. It means he is favored by Krishna, then he get devotee. Without bathing in the dust from the feet of the great devotee, one cannot realize Lord through concentration of mind, performance of sacrifice, distributing food, building shelter for the destitute, studying Veda, performing austerities in the water, fire or sun. So this is the most important word is Mahata Pada Rajo Abhishekam. It means only by association of pure devotees. So the good fortune is by association of devotees. Bhakti Samit Sindhu writes, Bhav arising from sadhan has two types. Arising from Vaidhi sadhan and arising from Raganuga sadhan. Absorption in sadhan at the stage of Nishtha give rise to Ruchi, then Asakti, and then Bhav or Rati for the Lord. So these are the stages. Proof of Bhav Bhakti arising from Vaidhi. This is Narad. O Vyasdev, in that association, by the mercy of those great Vedantists, I could hear them describe the activities of Krishna. These became very attractive, Ruchi. Thus listening attentively, Asakti. Rati for personality of God appeared. This is actually the word and verse 1526. If you write this and check there, how from Nishtha came Ruchi, which means, say, Tata Shardha me anupadam Vaishnavam priyaha sarvasya anga ratihi. So he developed Krishna Katha Pragayan, which means Ruchi. Manohara means Asakti. And then he develops Rati means Bhav. So these are the stages by which he awakened the Bhav. So Sri Jiva Goswami writes, the mercy or anugrah mentioned in this verse means that the devotee gave their permission to Nath to hear. And actually if you realize that they gave actually Samvit and Haladini Shakti, then only Bhav will arise. This is the scriptural procedure. You should also listen to these talks about Krishna. Manoha Raha means attractive, indicate causing the appearance of the Ruchi. Shardha or faith is not mentioned in this verse since it always is a always necessary element. Okay. There, every day by the mercy of the sages who were reciting topic about Krishna, hearing those topics, I developed Rati for Krishna, who has pleasing fame. Mercy mentioned in this verse means that the devotee gave their permission to Nath to hear. Following the scriptural procedure, you should also listen to these talks about Krishna. This indicates Vaidhi Bhakti. The word Manohara, this is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Manohara means causing appearance of Ruchi. Though one should mention that faith as a starting point of all stages, in this case is the cause of Rati, Description is given in this way to show the quick appearance of rati from absorption stage arising after unearthed nivritti. Proof of bhav bhakti arising from Vedi. This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu itself. The word rati in Bhagavatam verse indicate bhav, not prem. Because 2 verses later, the appearance of prem is indicated with words my bhakti, then appeared. So Nard first developed bhav bhakti and then it matured into prem bhakti. In this verse 1:5:28 Bhagavatam, Nard says bhakti pravit atma rajas tamo paha. This is Prabhupada has written in the last part. Just we read. The word bhakti indicate prem. Thus, in the context, rati in this verse means bhav, since it is preliminary state, and the bhakti means prem, since it is the superior state. Thus, difference between bhav and prem is stated in definition of bhav. Is illustrated. Bhav is like a ray of sun, Surya Ansu. Surya Ansu. This was the definition of the bhav bhakti. Samya bhak. Proof of bhav bhakti. Thus, this Prabhupada has paraphrased all this in our book. Thus, during 2 seasons, the rainy season and autumn, I had opportunity to hear these great souls, soul sages, constantly chant the unadulterated glories of Lord Hari. Srila Prabhupada said Hare Krishna mantra. As the flow of my prem appeared, the covering of the modes of patient ignorance vanished. This Prabhupada has written in our book. From the Asa, this is the verse which is 3:25-25. This is another proof which Srila Prabhupada has given. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti hirtakarna rasayana katha tajoshana swapavarga vartamani shardharati bhakti anukramashyati. From association with best devotees, satam prasangam, topic of my glorious pastime become directly realized, mama virya samvido, bringing the devotee to nishta implied. Then the topic become an elixir for the heart and ears at the stage of ruchi. By taste for this topic, asakti, bhav, and then prem for the Lord, who is destroyer of material life, quickly develop in sequence. In 3rd canto, there is a similar usage of the word bhakti. Rati and bhakti. So rati means bhav and bhakti means prem. So what Srila Prabhupada has written in our paraphrase, you can read this. Kapil Dev said, my dear mother, when a person is actually in association, this is a very important word. Are you reading with me? When a person is actually in association, why Prabhupada is not writing person in association? Why is writing actually association? This word actually is most important word. It means by
Where is it, Prabhuji?
Page 133, paragraph number 2. This statement is also confirmed in 3rd canto, 25th chapter, verse number 25. Can you read the first line? When a person is actually in association. Why is Prabhupada writing actually? It means so many people are coming and meeting devotees, but when they get permission and hear, that is actual association. Actual association means the speaker recognize you, permit you to hear, and you are eager to hear. That is the real actual. The word actual is most important. Without actual, the sentence may be complete. When a person in association with pure devotee can be okay. But why Srila Prabhupada has put a actually? so many people are coming and sitting in Bhagavatam, but actually who is hearing? Who is practicing? So actually is the most important word. The sublime, with pure devotees, the sublime potency of my devotional service. Mama Virya. This is sublime potency is Mama Virya. Can be experienced. In other words, when a pure devotee speaks, his words act upon the heart of an audience. What is the secret of hearing and chanting? The professional speaker cannot impress transcendently within the heart of the listener. However, when a realized soul who is engaged in the service of the Lord is speaking, he has the potency to inject spiritual life within the audience. One should therefore seek the association of such pure, unalloyed devotees, and by such association and service, two things now. By such association, number one, and number two, and serving, and by service to the pure devotee. A neophyte devotee will certainly develop attachment, means asakti. Love, which means here bhav, and devotion, which means prem, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So two things, association and service to the Mahabhagavata. Now is a Raganuga. See, again, you look here, you have seen the two type of sadhan bhakti, Vaidhi sadhan and Raganuga. So Vaidhi bhav, by practice and association, is appearing, that we have finished. Now Raganuga bhav. So this is the verse, proof for bhav bhakti arising from Raganuga sadhan. Ittham manoratham bala Koravati nirtya utsuka Hari priya cha tam sarvam Ratrim evatyavahya. A young girl having great joy in heart, and by being very enthusiastic to dance, spend the whole night dancing in order to please the Lord. Hari Priyata. The word Manoratham, with joy in the heart, indicate Raganuga Bhakti, Raganuga Sadhan. By influence of deity form, it means temple, she developed rag similar to that of Krishna's dear associates, means Kamanuga Bhakti, means gopis. So how she developed rag or attachment? By seeing the deity form. Bhav arising from mercy. Okay, this much is only about. Now we are coming to the next topic. Bhav arising from mercy of a Krishna or his pure devotee. You have any question till now? Any question or comment?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Okay, like just now when we were saying about this graduation and also getting what they call there's another term, what do you call it? Honorary
degree, yes.
Okay, honorary. So that means, in other words, that means one is by the mercy of pure devotees we can invoke our bhakti. Second is, by the mercy of Krishna, we get the bhakti. So to get bhakti from Krishna is considered the honorary degree. Is that so, Prabhu?
Yeah, if Krishna gives somebody, is very rare.
That's very rare kind of.
Well, there are three type of perfection. Sadhan perfection, which is 99%. Then there is a mercy perfection. This is called Kirpa Siddha. Sadhan Siddha, we are following the path of Sadhan Siddha. Then there is a Kirpa Siddha, And then there is a Nitya Siddha. Nitya Siddha are the associate of Krishna coming from his spiritual world, like Nand Baba, Yashoda when they come, or even Prabhupada came, they are Nitya Siddha. And then there are Sadhan Siddha, mostly 99% are Sadhan Siddha. Hardly 0.1% become Kripa Siddha by the mercy of some great soul. That's what the topic now we are going to start.
And that's the example of the girl who danced the whole night and got that mercy of Krishna.
That is the Chandrakanta is a name which will come further again. And that is a Raganuga, because that is a Raganuga. And she Radha Krishna deity, she wanted to associate with them like a Gopi Bhav. So she danced alone there in a temple just to please Krishna, and then she developed Raganuga Bhav. She developed Raganuga Bhav Bhakti.
Right, thanks.
Any other question or comment? Now, by mercy of the Krishna has devotee very rare honorary degree, and there are 3 ways we can get that. Can you see Padma Puran? The girl's name is Chandrakanti. So it is written in a bracket Chandrakanti, which will come further afterwards. Now, by mercy of Krishna or his devotees, by speaking, Vachik means by words, by glancing or giving darshan, Alokya Dan. And we have 2 examples in our book. Then heart, sorry?
Okay, Prabhu, there's another question.
Yes.
In other words, when people who are getting that mercy directly from Krishna, which is 0.1%, that means these people get perfection without being initiated, without being associated with
Yes.
Just like Mirabai and all this.
There are some examples always. There are some other reasons we will come. We will know afterwards.
Right.
So here there are 3 words. If in our book you see this sudden development of devotional attitude in person must be understood as a special mercy of Krishna or his devotee in our book. This apparently accidental development of excellent feeling means Bhav Bhakti through the causeless mercy of Krishna can be divided into 3 groups. Can you see this word? Can be divided through 3 groups. Simply by speaking, this is number 1, which is Vachik, by speaking. Then there's a number 2, simply by glancing, which means Alokadan, Darshan. And then there are 2 quotes for this. And the third is by good wishes, which is the Harda, heartfelt good wishes. So in our book there are 2 sections, the mercy of the Lord and mercy of a devotee. So now, before we go further, so bhav arising from mercy of Krishna or his devotees, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu writes, that bhav which appears suddenly, Prabhupada writes, accidentally, suddenly, all of sudden, without performance of sadhan, sadhanena vina, without sadhan means not a spiritual master, no practice, is known as bhav produced from mercy of Krishna or his devotees. Krishna tad bhakta prasadaja iti uchiyate. Prasada means mercy. Bhav arising from mercy of Krishna or his devotees. Prasada, there are 3 types. Prasada, Vachika, Vachik means words, Aloka means glance, and Aloka Dan means glance. Hardya means well wishes. Whose microphone is disturbance creating?
Rasika Mataji, please mute the.
So these are the three types. The mercy may be produced by the words spoken by the Lord Vachik. Alternatively, Lord may bestow mercy producing bhav by showing himself to the devotee Alokdan. Or, on the other hand, the mercy may simply manifest in the devotee's heart, Harda. Mercy given by Vrindavan and other items are included in mercy given by devotees. It means people come in Vrindavan sometime and they develop bhav bhakti all of a sudden. So that is included in devotees. Somehow Jiva Goswami writes something. So this is Nardiya Puran. Look in our book. In the Nardiya Puran it is written, there is a statement about development of actual love. By speaking, Lord Krishna said to Narad, this is the quote, Nardiya Puran, O best of the Brahman, means Narad, may you have undeviating bhakti, means bhav for me. That bhakti is the crest jewel of all auspiciousness and full of bliss eternally. Purna Anandamai Sada. Now Prabhupada writes, O best of the Brahmans, I wish that you may develop unalloyed devotional service to me, which is full of transcendent bliss and all auspicious. Is okay? This is Vachak, example of Vachak. Then there is a Skanda Puran, another quote. This is Skanda Puran. When they saw Krishna, who appeared like nothing they had seen before, the heart of the resident of Jangal, Kuru Jangal Pradesh, melted, and they could not take their eyes away from his form. This is what Srila Prabhupada writes in our book. There is a statement about developing ecstatic love by glancing, showing himself, Alokadan. The second type. About developing ecstatic love towards Krishna simply by glancing. When the Jangal province, this is when Krishna was actually going from Hastinapur to Dwarka, he travelled by this route. So Kuru Jangal is a route where the people saw Krishna and they developed simply by his darshan, alokadan, they develop bhav bhakti. That's what written here. They could not withdraw that. Now these two are over. Now coming the three. Number 3. Proof of bhav bhakti arising from mercy of Krishna or his devotees. Harda. Harda means heartfelt. Prasadantro yaha syad saharda iti kathyate. That mercy which arises from within is called heart. Neither speaking any word or not giving darshan, but from heart blessing somebody. Here is a Shukha Sahanta. This is Prabhupada writes Shukha Sahanta. Can you see the next paragraph on 34? Heartfelt wishes are concerned. There is a statement in Shukha Sahanta. And this is Shukha Sahanta. Mahabhagavato jata putraste badrayanaha vinopayai upaya bhod vishnu bhakti iho udita. O Badrayan means Vyasdev. You have given birth to a great devotee, Sukdev Goswami, as your son, without sadhan, which bring about goal of bhakti to Vishnu has appeared within his heart. So, who is speaking this? Krishna. So, you read in our book, you have a son who is the greatest devotee of personality of God, and I can observe that without any following of the regular principle of devotional service, he is already enriched with many of the symptoms achieved by the execution of devotional service after many births. So this is Krishna blessed Sukdev when he was in the womb of mother Vatika, the wife of Vyasadeva. You know the story, Vyas was not ready to come in this world because he said Maya will catch me. And even Vyasdev told him that no, but he said no, Maya is not under your control. Then he called Krishna. Krishna came. And Krishna blessed like that Maya will not touch. You are already at this stage of bhav. So this is a harda. So Sukdev has not seen Krishna because he was in the womb. And Krishna has not spoken directly to Sukdev, but only from his heart he blessed. So this is the example of blessing by Krishna to Sukdev Goswami. Now we have other two examples. Well, Jiva Goswami has a commentary on this harda. Bhakti to Vishnu, which is the goal, has appeared without sadhan, upaye. The conclusion that he attained bhav only by mercy of the Lord, since there is no evidence of performance of any sadhan or of obtaining mercy of the devotees. It means Sukdev got mercy of Krishna directly. This mercy must be appeared through the heart, because he developed bhakti in the form of remembering the Lord while still in the womb. While in the womb, he did not see the Lord or receive words of blessing from the Lord. Thus, mercy manifesting in the heart could have been only way. The Brahma Vaivarta Purana gives the detail of this incident. This incident is described in Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Now, Bhagavatam 7.4.37. This is in our book now. Can you see the next paragraph? Excellent love of Krishna. There is a statement of 7th canto Bhagavatam. Who can list the innumerable qualities of Prahlad Maharaj? It is accurately said that his greatness was his natural attraction for Vasudeva. Favor or Nisarga was granted to Prahlad by Narad. So this is the bhav bhakti arising by mercy of a devotee. So Narad is a great devotee and he has blessed Prahlad Maharaj. And this created devotional impression. Thus his rati is called Naisargaki, which it means through mercy. Naisargaki means by mercy. Oh, this is what Srila Prabhupada writes, whole thing. Narad also admitted that the natural development of Prahlad excellent love was by grace of Krishna. Prabhupada writes by grace of Krishna, but then Prabhupada writes natural attraction of Krishna on the part of Prahlad developed simply by mercy of Narad is the next paragraph. So Krishna means by Krishna and Narad, Krishna inspired Narad to give mercy to Prahlad Maharaj. Now Prabhupada gives a little story that when Prahlad was in the womb of Mother Kayadu and Indra was kidnapping, so Narad rescued her and she was living in the ashram. So Prahlad has not seen Narad or actually directly heard Narad, but Narad blessed him and he heard the instruction within the womb and he got that mercy and become a ecstatic devotee without sadhana. Yeah, a 5-year-old Prahlad Maharaj was speaking Krishna Bhakti, so it was without sadhana. He did not practice sadhana. Hare Krishna. क्लास चल रही, हाँ बोलिए. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. वो एक जस्ट वन मोमेंट. ओके, एक काम करना. कोई कागज है क्या है प्रभु? हरे कृष्ण. एक कागज पे मैं लिखता हूँ एक चीज, आप देखिए. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Somebody can read the story of Prahlad. एक मिनट प्रभु. पंचरत्न, पंचतत्व. All right. Hare Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada writes this story. And next is Skanda Puran. This is last paragraph. Skanda Puran. And this is Skanda Puran. This is the verse. Audhanyasi devarshe kripaya yasya tatakshanat nichopi utapulko hilebhe lubdhako ratim uchyate. O Narad, you are noble. By your mercy, the hunter, though low in nature, immediately developed good goosebumps and attained Rati for Lord Achyuta. That is the last quote in our book. Okay. Now, this is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. According to the different type of devotees, with 5 different sthai bhav, that's what we discussed, this is the last line. According to the different type of devotees, with different sthai bhav, Bhaktanam Bhedataha, there are 5 types of Rati. These will be considered and explained later and thus will not be discussed here. Here ends our chapter 17 and then chapter 18 is starting. Reliable qualities of a person who has developed Bhav Bhakti. So before we start this, I would like we can have a 10-15 minutes break group to discuss actually, have you understood some portion of the Bhav Bhakti which we have finished by now? Is it okay? Is it alright?
Yes, Prabhu, sure.
So you read,
Yes, Prabhu.
read and understand the chapter 16, and if you have any question or query come up, then we will start chapter 18 today, but we will not finish chapter 18 today. We will finish chapter 18 today and 19 tomorrow, or day after today, day after tomorrow. So then our this nectar of devotion will be over this week. Next week you have 2 extra days to study on your own. Okay?
Alright.
So, Brajananda, can you break in the groups?
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
How many groups you need?
I think 4 group is good.
4 groups, okay.
Yeah, then after a few minutes you can put me in some group that I can listen what they are doing.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.